All right, let's move into I think this is the fourth topic now because we have Wet Boys in the middle. So the fourth topic of the podcast, a 5-topic podcast.
It's my fault, man. It's my fault. Decided to do something on a whim.
Don't forget to check out patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcast. I don't think I've mentioned that before, but we're also going to tell you to go check out mostvaluablepodcast.com. The link is in the description. Ricky wrote an article. He can also write, not only talk, but he can also write.
He is talented.
He wrote 5.
I had Sean proofread.
He writes, edits, and contributes across the board.
Wasn't too bad, but go check out Ricky's article on mostvaluablepodcast.com. The 5 potential trade options for the Spurs, the Kawhi Leonard version, because it just says Kawhi Leonard trade, 5 potential trade options for the Spurs. So the 5 potential trades for Kawhi Leonard. So go check out the 5 that Ricky ranked. This is more of a topic, though, about which major market should trade for Kawhi Leonard. Ricky, I don't know if you want to really go too deep, but you kind of mention a major market. Well, all of these are major markets in your article, but which one do you think should trade for Kawhi Leonard?
Well, the one thing I will say, the only thing I'll mention deeply about the article is all 5 of them are major markets. Like, that's the one thing I tried to do. And for me, it's I'll hit the double dandy. L.A. Like, no matter what team it is, one of them I feel like needs to get Kawhi Leonard. Because the Lakers, we talked about earlier with LeBron James and the Knicks, it's like, yeah, the L.A. dream is kind of alive, but LeBronzo's not what it was. I'm not on that bandwagon anymore. I'm more on the LeBron to Philly bandwagon. Then the Clippers, it's like, you just missed the playoffs. You have to do something to get you into the playoffs. So for me, that's if I'm looking at all the markets, that's the one that needs to get him, is one of the LA teams needs to get Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing to remember with this is it's a trade. It's not free agency. Kawhi doesn't have an option in this. So, yes, he would like to go to one of those teams, but at the same time, it's whoever can throw out the biggest haul. And a team like the Clippers with Jerry West, he's kind of known to wheel and deal, get things done. Made the big move of shipping Blake out of town. So, I'm not sure ammo-wise what they've got to make it work, but I like the chance for either one of the LA teams to do it.
The trade that Ricky does throw out there for the Clippers, at least, it does make sense. The one that he did throw out there. I mean, it wasn't too crazy. We talked about it a little bit in one of our Kawhi topics. The one that I want to throw in there, I know it's technically not a major market.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Can I guess it?
Chicago North. What?
Dallas.
No.
Oh, okay.
Swing and a miss.
No, it's New Orleans.
No.
Charlotte.
No. Stop guessing, because you're not going to get it.
State.
It's not a media It's not a major media market. It's never known for media. It's known for coal, baby.
The Grizzlies.
No, stop guessing.
Coal.
It's Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland.
It's the Cleveland Cavaliers, because what's the biggest media market? It's wherever LeBron James is.
Oh. Yeah.
Who's been the biggest focus on NBA media for the past 15 years? LeBron James has been.
That's a fair point.
Cleveland does have the ammo at 8. It doesn't matter about the major media market, because I don't understand that LeBron's been talking about going to a bigger market, but that's for his business.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter about the media, because LeBron's and Cleveland's going to get as many national games as they're going to get as long as LeBron's on that team. They have the ammo. Why not go out and get one of the best two-way players in the NBA right now, Kawhi Leonard, with that 8th overall pick? You might need to tag on a couple of other guys.
But,
maybe a C.D. Osman. Why not? Who doesn't love a good C.D. Osman? I think that's a pop guy written all over it. But I think it's a perfect fit for Kawhi Leonard and the Cleveland Cavaliers. You get a guy who's young and can take a load off of LeBron James. He can also play defense on the better player, a la KD in the finals, when LeBron doesn't need to. He can guard a Draymond or a Klay Thompson. He could take off that pressure of LeBron James. And Kawhi Leonard doesn't need to be a creator. He's a good shot taker. He's a good scorer. But you can have LeBron James to create with him, and pairing that with Kevin Love, oh boy. So technically not a major media market, and that's why you didn't include him into the article.
I almost did.
Okay.
I almost did.
But again, LeBron James, wherever you follow him, cameras will follow.
That's the reason why. I almost, when I was writing it, they were the third trade down, because I came up with the trades before I did anything. And the thing with the Cavs I just find hard is, you mentioned K-Love. Obviously, the Cavs aren't going to want to trade K-Love, so take him out of it. I don't think that the Spurs are going to want TT, so take him out of it. Then you have the only 3 contracts that would need to be the base for that.
Can I jump in real quick?
Go ahead.
I know one of them. I think it's George Hill. How fucking full circle would it be
if he went to San Antonio?
Went back.
But the first trade, how they got Kawhi, was George Hill. Yeah. It was George Hill for the 15th pick, and then take Kawhi.
For George Hill.
Be funny. It would just be funny to see that.
George Hill's one of them.
Yeah.
Jordan Clarkson's another one, because his contract is kind of inflated. And J.R. Smith. I don't know if I'm the Spurs, I want any of those guys.
I don't know. I mean, I think George Hill
Because all
fits
of
their
them are
system.
also locked down for 3 years.
Yeah, George Hill fits their system. I think the guy that probably makes the most sense, I think he's also the cheapest, correct me if I'm wrong, is Jordan Clarkson. Because
He's also younger, too.
yeah, he's younger, more of a scorer that they don't really have at that guard position because DeJounte Murray, very good young guard, Tony Parker, an old player, Manu, an old player. They don't really have that go-to scorer. Jordan Clarkson has proven at some points, especially in Los Angeles, that he could be a guy that puts up 20 a night.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that.
I mean, I'm looking at it, though, and I'll ask you guys this because I'm dealing this right now in my head. If the Cavs went to the Spurs, ring, pick up the phone.
Hello.
Hey, Pop, what's going on?
Nothing, Kobe.
I've got a trade for you. Jordan Clarkson and Kyle Korver along with our top 10 pick. Would you take that if you're the Spurs? Or,
Well, again,
if you're Cleveland, are you trying to swap picks?
This is a different topic. We talked about this before.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know the Kawhi Leonard situation. So it depends how desperate you are about Kawhi
And the only
Leonard.
reason I'm going into this is I didn't talk about this one.
Yeah.
If it's a must trade for Pop and you're getting back Clarkson, Korver, and a top 10 pick.
Possibly even top like 8 or 5, depends on. Well, not 5,
Well, it's
but
top 8 right now.
top 8 or top 3, depending on how the lottery falls.
I mean, they're both good pieces. I don't know necessarily that he cares about bringing in Korver. Yes, good role player, would be able to fit in no problem. It's just a question of like,
Doesn't play defense.
where is this Spurs team at then? Because it's built around LaMarcus Aldridge. So yeah, the 3-point shot of Korver would be good. I don't know. The value might not be there though. Just that 8 pick on its own is concerned. Like they may need to toss in a future.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, I don't think. But if they're getting Kawhi Leonard, I don't think Cleveland would be afraid of throwing in a future.
Yeah.
Because that means you're going to be pairing up 2 of the best players, 2 top 10 players, possibly even 2 top 5 players when healthy, and Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James together. So that's another one that I want to throw out there. But don't forget to check out Ricky's article.
I wanted to pitch one last question.
Yep.
And I know this is going to go a little bit long. I just wanted to ask you guys.
Yep.
What do you think if there is a trade? What's the timetable? Because they don't need to trade him this offseason, but if they get close to that trade deadline, will it be a PG situation where it's like, shit, we got to get rid of him, and they get, like, the PG trade was Victor and DeMontis for PG?
That was before
That was preseason.
That was preseason stuff.
Was it?
It was before everything started.
Because, I mean, with the
they started
Kawhi
the
thing,
season
that was
on
when
pick
Preston was
3.
gifted the god
That's
of the
right.
offseason.
Well, it wasn't
'Cause
PG
Kawhi-
before Melo.
He was.
And the reason why I bring that up is this offseason they don't need to trade him. But if I get close to the trade deadline, if I'm trying to get Kawhi, then I could maybe try to lowball the Spurs because it's like, fine, keep him. We'll get him next year.
I think if a trade happens now, or if a trade's going to happen, it's going to happen
happening
now because
Draft.
because of the draft. You can reload, but then also if it doesn't happen now, that means they want to take him into the season. So that means they
Which
feel like he's
means-
going to play,
yeah.
which means they probably either patched it or have a working relationship.
Yeah, so I think really the draft is sort of the night of the year where teams really kind of say, this is exactly what we're rolling with into the next season.
Exactly. But don't forget to check out Ricky's article down in the description below. And also tell us where you think Kawhi Leonard's best landing spot could be if he is traded by the San Antonio Spurs.